Hi everyone, welcome to New School Yoga Club Week 10. Today's sequence is a restorative chair sequence. So you'll need a chair, but the sequence is perfect for the classroom or the office or of course at home, just anywhere you have access to a chair. Any kind of chair will do as long as it is a stable chair that will not roll away or tip over as you are using it. We will start in the chair with some stretches and then move to the floor. So you also want to have a mat handy unless you are already practicing on a soft surface, okay? So grab your chair, grab a mat, and meet me in a comfortable seat. Okay, so we'll start in our chair sitting up nice and tall. You want your feet firmly planted on the ground, so move to the edge of the chair if you need to. Hands can just rest gently in your lap to start. And if you feel comfortable where you are, go ahead and close your eyes and start to settle in. Just bring your awareness to your breath and let that awareness anchor you to this present moment. You might also take this time to set an intention for your practice today. You might set an intention to let go of stress or worry. Or maybe your intention is just to be present for a little while today. Whatever makes sense for you, decide how you want to feel today. Take a couple more deep breaths. And after your next exhale, go ahead and open your eyes. Okay, so we'll move through a couple of simple stretches seated in our chair today. And of course, you could do these stretches seated anywhere. So we'll start with a side stretch. So on an inhale, we'll bring both arms overhead. And as you exhale, we'll stretch over to the right. So you're bringing your left hand overhead. You might rest your right hand on your chair, or if you have an arm, you can rest it here, or even just in your lap is fine. And we're getting just a gentle side stretch through the left side of the body. You might look up at your left arm. Take a few breaths here. Excellent. And then we'll just switch sides. So take your time. We'll come over to the left side now, bringing the right arm overhead. Adjust your seat as you need. Take a few breaths here. Again, you might look up at your right arm. Okay, and then release that. And we'll move into a seated twist. So to prepare, you can start with your hands on your lap. Take an inhale. Grow long through the spine. And as you exhale, gently twist over to the right. So you can choose a hand position here that makes sense for you. If you have an arm on your chair, you can use that, or just rest your hands against the chair, against your leg, whatever is comfortable. Making sure that we're nice and long through the spine, not hunching. And you might look out over your right shoulder if that feels okay. This is a gentle twist. Never force yourself into this shape. Be kind to your body. Take a few breaths here. Okay, and when you're ready, we'll just switch sides. So take your time, Finding the twist over on the left side. Make any adjustments you need. Sit up nice and tall. Look out over your left shoulder this time. Just a few breaths, holding the twist. Okay, and go ahead and release that. Come back to center. We'll take a brief seated forward fold here. This might be a new one for you. So your feet should be about 6 inches apart. We're going to rest on our thighs. So we're going to hinge from the hips, so we're still staying nice and long through the spine, and gently hinge forward. We won't be here very long. So when you get there, you can rest your torso on your thighs and bring your hands in front of you. They might touch the floor, they might not. And let your head just hang in this forward fold. Just take a few breaths here. Release any tension from your neck and shoulders. You might even nod the head yes. Breathe deeply. Beautiful. Okay, from here, come up slowly, hinging from the hips again, just reversing to come all the way up. Okay, awesome. So from here, we're going to transition to the floor. So I'm going to show you the whole setup. I'm going to adjust my chair and move it out of the way here. So you want to come to the front of your chair. We can start in a seated position. Feet flat on the floor. And we're going to set up for a single leg up the chair pose. Okay? So if you have a chair like mine, where you can put your legs in between the legs of the chair, awesome, this pose will work just fine. If you don't, I'll invite you to do a double legs up the chair pose. So you'll put both legs on the chair instead of just one. So you have that option if you're using the edge of a couch or something like that. You could also just do legs up the wall here if you're familiar with that. If not, I have a video about that. You can check it out. Okay, so for the single legs up the chair pose, go ahead and extend the left leg to start. And we're going to bring the right leg up on top of the chair. So you might be able to do this from a seated position with no problem. And then we just kind of scoot closer and lay down slowly. The other option is to start laying down with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. No glamorous way to do this, just scooch around as needed. And from here you could bring the leg up, extend the left leg in between the legs of the chair, and make some adjustments. So you might bring your body up closer. Again, scooching, whatever you need to do to find this shape. Okay, so take a minute to set up. You might pad the chair if your leg isn't feeling comfortable. And again, you might put both legs up on the chair if you don't have space beneath your chair for your leg. And once you get here, settle in. Let your arms rest at your side. I invite you to close your eyes. And we'll rest here for a little bit. Let the chair support you. Let your leg feel heavy. As you breathe, let your belly just rise and fall naturally. You can return to the intention you set at the beginning of class, or you might just bring your awareness back to your breath. Okay, Now we're going to switch sides, unless of course you have both legs up on the chair. Stay there. If you're doing the single leg version, we're going to switch sides. So just do this in a way that makes sense for you. I'm going to move back away from the chair a little bit, bring my right leg down, extend it out in front of me, and then I can bring my left leg up on top of the chair, and then I'm going to move back closer to the chair. So take your time. Don't worry about how it looks. Find this shape and get comfortable again, this time with the left leg up on the chair. Close your eyes again if you'd like. And just tune back into your breath, noticing what it feels like just to be here, to rest here, to be supported by the floor and the chair. Just trust that everything's taken care of for a little while. You have nowhere to be. Okay, from here we'll transition to our last pose. So you can bring the left leg down for a moment. I'm going to move back away from the chair to set this up. So we're going to do a reclined pigeon, but we're going to use the chair as a support. So this shape might be familiar to you, especially if you've been practicing with Yoga Club. So I'm going to bring my left leg back up onto the chair actually, and I'm going to bend my right leg and bring my right ankle to the top of my left thigh, okay? From here, you might find that you want to move closer to the chair, and this might be enough of a hip stretch for you, or you might even take hold of the left leg, and if you want a more intense stretch, you can take it right off the chair and bring the left leg closer to you until you're feeling a nice stretch through the right hip. I'm just going to rest my left leg here for now and enjoy a more restorative pose today. So your arms might continue to lay at your sides. You might rest them at your belly, or you might choose to take a cactus shape here to open through the chest for this pose, just for something different. Nice heart opening, chest opening pose for the arms. It's totally up to you. So find your version of this pose and settle in. You might close your eyes again. Take some deep breaths. Okay, after a few breaths here, when you feel ready, we'll just switch sides. So we'll bring the right leg back to the chair and the left ankle, to the top of the left, or to to the top of the right thigh. And again, make any adjustments you'd like. You move closer to your chair. You might bring the right leg right off the chair if you want a deeper stretch, or you can just rest the leg on the chair. Find an arm position that feels comfortable for you and settle in. Close your eyes. Just noticing how it feels to be here, to breathe, to relax. Okay, and on your next exhale, go ahead and release the legs. You can bring them down to one side And then gently roll up to a seat. And you can remain seated for our closing on the floor, or I'm going to take a seat in my chair to close our practice. Okay. All right, so I always like to close by taking 3 deep breaths together. So once you are back in a comfortable seat, go ahead and close your eyes. You can thank yourself for showing up here today and doing your best and allowing your body to rest. Okay, take a great big inhale with me. Let something go on your exhale. Again, great big inhale. And exhale. Last one, make it a good one. Great big inhale. And let something go on your exhale. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.